All right, what is crack-a-lackin' Powerstroke Central people? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something special for y'all. We got the 7.3 right here, and we're actually gonna be doing a video on just kind of the top problems that I have with this truck, just because I do run into a lot of maintenance issues when I am driving this truck. I do daily drive it, as y'all guys know, and as y'all guys might have seen from the last video, because I know we got a lot of loyal supporters here because we are cranking on the views, guys. But to start it off, we have got the truck here right now. As you guys can see, we got some dents in it. It's pretty beat up. It's a 2000 7.3. We're gonna start it off, guys, as one of my biggest problems is gonna be break-ins on this truck. It is so easy to break in. I will show you guys really quickly how I break in. I'm just gonna open it for y'all, but once the thief gets in, guys, it's very easy for him to steal the truck. All they gotta do is just break the key fob and turn it on. However, I've solved some problems with this. Like I said in the title, I wanted to show you guys how to solve these problems on your 7.3 if you're 7.3, because I know that's like one of the #1 things I've seen on my TikTok, because my TikTok is doing quite well, is that these 7.3s get broken into a shitload. And I can equate to that with my truck as well. So what I've done, guys, is I've actually made a kill switch to where they cannot break in to my truck, or if they do break into my truck, they have to find the kill switch, which is located in a secret spot I'm not telling y'all, and then once they get the kill switch, they can finally start it. But also, guys, they can bypass the kill switch with the hood. They can actually pop the hood open and use a screwdriver to connect the two portals and crank it that way. However, I've also found a way to block against that. Let me show y'all real quick. Say the thief comes right now, they're coming in, and let's say they can't get it started, so they're like, fuck it. Usually the horn will deter the thief, but let's say they say fuck it, and they're gonna come in here. So let's say they pop the hood, guys, they pop the hood, right? And they try to come in and bang, can't get it past this because I got a hood lock right here. I know I'm the only one that knows the code, and you can't get the hood open past a certain length. Now the connectors you need is back up in there, so it's gonna take the thief a lot longer. My main goal with putting all these kind of obstacles in the way of the thief is so that way it takes the thief longer, not really stealing it, because if the thief really wanted to steal it, they'll find a way to fucking steal it. They'll bring a grinder, they'll bring shit, they'll bring bolt cutters to cut the chains, so they'll have their stuff prepared. But yeah, let's say they go ahead and get this started. Like, let's say they get the thing started. Everything is fired up. They got it ready to roll. I've got one more thing, guys, one more thing that'll deter them from stealing my vehicle, and that is this boy right here, this club. This guy actually saved my truck once. I actually got it stolen, and they pulled it out, and it was just stuck in the middle of the road. But yeah, so you put that on, and they can't turn it past a certain length. They can't turn the steering wheel past a certain length, so they have to have a grinder or something to really get this off. This is my last kind of line of defense. If they are able to get it started, they're gonna need to go ahead and get the club off. I don't have the club on right now because I am at my apartment, and my apartment is a little bit on the safer side. So that is the first reason, first problem I have with my 7.3. I know a lot of you guys have that same exact problem, but let's move on to the next one, guys, and that is going to be steering slop in my 7.3. I did this on the last one on the daily driving. If y'all guys want to check that out, I'll leave the daily driving one up there. But yeah, my truck has a lot of steering slop, and it is very, very hard to drive. That being said, I could fix a steering slop, but it'd be just too expensive for me to really bother with it. So you kind of have to adapt to driving the truck with a little bit of slop in it. That is a problem. It's honestly not that big of a problem, but it's a problem I'd like to address on this channel. My next problem, which isn't really a problem, but since this truck is stock, it's a very, very bad at accelerating. It takes a long time to accelerate, and so that's a big problem for me on the highway, especially when I'm trying to get on the road, and I can't really get up to speed with these newer cars that are hauling ass on there. It's not that big of a deal, but so I just got to be a little bit safer on the roads. That's basically it. And I can also add some performance mods. Old Sauce and Dawson, he was in my last video, or 2 videos ago, we wrote down some performance mod. I got them on the sheet of paper right here, some of the top performance mods that we're going to add to this truck, and he's got the full rig. So I know I've been talking about it for maybe a year now about doing stuff to this truck, but we're actually going to do it. I'm going to axle dump it. We're going to do a bunch of cool badass stuff to this truck, so stay tuned, make sure you subscribe. And we're actually going to do it though, because he has all the gear, and he's living with us next year, so we're going to have right access to it, and it's going to be badass. We're going to make a lot of great content for y'all. That being said though, guys, let's dive right into it here. The next problem I have with my 7.3, guys, is actually finding parts for this truck. It's actually, since it's such an old truck, it is a little bit more difficult to find parts online. Not saying you can just go to the Ford store and buy them, but if you're looking online, which everybody looks online nowadays, it is a little bit trickier to find parts for this truck. We did change the coolant recently, and we had to go to several different stores to find the radiator and coolant for this truck. It is still a popular vehicle, so it's not too hard to find it, but it is harder to find than if I were to have a newer vehicle, like a newer car or something. I do need to switch out the door handle broke on it, and I need to replace that. I'm actually probably going to be putting the back door handle on the front, so that always thieves do not break in as often. You can still break in with it, but it's not as easy to break in as I have it now. But yeah, guys, y'all guys have asked in the past what I did to my front, because y'all guys can obviously tell it is lifted. I did lift my truck 2 inches. All I did to lift it was actually put an extra leaf spring up there. That is another problem with my truck right now, is that it's very, very bumpy. It's very rough whenever I'm driving it, and it's, you know, my passengers are in the vehicle bouncing around like crazy. But yeah, I gave it a 2-inch lift, so if you guys are looking to lift it and you don't want to spend a shitload of money on a lift kit, I believe you can buy a couple leaf springs for like 100, 200 bucks and just add them to the front. It'll also give you a little bit more support up there if you're towing bigger loads or adding extra weight to the front or back. Either way, actually I also have an extra leaf spring in the back too, overload springs. I think that's one of the main things that's the difference between the F-350s and the F-250s is the overload springs. Please leave in the comments, guys. I think I might be wrong on that. So yeah, that was kind of the top 4. Oh, there's one more problem, guys, and that's actually going to be, all right, yeah, guys. So my last problem, and I could fix this easily if I just added another radio. It's going to be my radio. It's cassette tape. The cassette tape is completely shot. It doesn't work at all. I could easily do that, just fix it with the Apple CarPlay. But as I said, that's a problem right now. I have to like take a separate speaker in there, and it's kind of shitty. But I am going to be doing that with Dawson as well, adding another car radio. I plan to spend a lot of money on this channel, so I really would like for you guys to subscribe and kind of follow along with the journey on making this guy a badass vehicle again. And I have this shitty exhaust tip down here. Y'all can't really see it, but I have it in future videos, and y'all guys have been getting on me about how it looks shitty and how I need to push it back. So we are going to be doing that as well. We're going to be going ahead and pushing it back and welding it. Make sure you guys are staying tuned. And those are the top 5 things that I have problems with on my 7.3. Leave in the comments what you guys have problems with on your 7.3. I'd like to see what y'all have. And if y'all guys want to DM me on Instagram, if y'all guys got some cool pictures of your truck, I'd like to see them, possibly even shout y'all out on the gram. So it's Powerstroke Central. Make sure you guys head on over there. And thank you guys for watching this video. We got some more cool content to come. So as always, subscribe down below. Make sure you watch the next video. It'll be up here or down there. Thank y'all guys, and peace out, fellas.